Hello, welcome to the TryLine podcast. The official Game 3 teams have been released. Denny, take us through the New South Wales side.
New South Wales at fullback, we've got James Tedesco, Brian Toto and Daniel Tupou in the wings. The centres are the exact same as Game 2 with Matty Burton and Stephen Crichton. Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary in the halves. Jordan McLean comes into starting prop with Jack Trbojevic, the other prop. Api Coruscant is still the hooker. Cam Murray, Liam Martin in the back row with Isaiah Yeo at lock. On the bench, we've got Damien Cook, Angus Crichton, Junior Barlow and Talakai. On the extended bench, Jack Whiten is 18th man. Nicholas Hines, Clinton Gutherson and Jacob Saifidi.
I've heard a lot of slack being tossed around about Jordan McLean. We've given him a fair bit on this show. Obviously, he's a fourth tackle hit-up specialist. But this isn't Jordan McLean's fault. He's worked his whole life, his whole career to get to this position. He's finally been picked for New South Wales. I think he deserves a lot of congratulations for that at 30 years of age. And to be fair to him, this season has been a lot better than previous seasons he's had at the Cowboys. So I think he's earned his spot there. I will say, though, RCG, can't believe he's not in this team. I don't know what he's done. I don't know who he's offended in the New South Wales camp. But it just seems like he's been blacklisted, doesn't it?
Well, he's done something. I don't know what he's done, but yeah, for sure. To be in like the starting side game 1, and then to be completely out of the side game 2 and game 3, I don't know.
Especially when your premier forward goes down for game 3 too, and you still can't get back into that team.
Yeah,
that's just puzzling to me. Interesting on the extended bench, no Victor Radley, no Joseph Suwali. You've got to think that locker room little thing that happened last game probably played into that. I thought it was a non-event, but obviously they've been left out for that reason, I would say. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Did you think anything of it?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing of it.
Sort of stupid. You want to put cameras in the change rooms. This is what happens in the change rooms, really. People just mucking around.
Yeah.
Whiten into 18th man. That speaks to the depth of the New South Wales side that their best player couldn't get into the side for game 3. Latrell. No Latrell. Now, he pulled himself out of Origin. I wanted to touch on this because the Daily Telegraph wrote a terrible story today. But let's start with Latrell. I thought it was really good what he did. He said, I think I'm going to shut down those headlines now. I'm going to pull myself out and worry about South. They've got a real good team there. Good luck to Burton and centres. Give Crichton a go and let him bleed in. I want to focus on South Sydney and myself and get myself right for the back end of the season. Now, I love that. And I think it was widely praised by a lot of rugby league fans. I think it showed a bit of maturity from Latrell. And I think he probably will be back in the side next year anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, Daily Telegraph. Bunch of wankers. Can't stand them. They wrote a story today, right?
Yep.
Under the NRL rules, all players must be available for representative football if eligible. And then they went on to indicate that he shouldn't be allowed to play round 17 because he removed himself from Origin selection. You are losers.
Yeah. Come on, it's his choice whether he wants to play or not.
But it's not like he done it like in a vindictive way. It's not like, oh, screw yous, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Like I think he knows he just had one game back from Origin.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to let the team down in that way. And 2, Crichton's been there for both games. He probably deserves the opportunity to go and win the decider. And Burton come in and done a really good job in game 2. And it seemed like he thinks he deserves the opportunity to win the decider as well. So I thought it was good for Latrell. They love to bash on all NRL players, but they really love to bash on Latrell.
Yeah, 100%.
Them and Fox Sports love to get into Latrell all the time. I can't stand it. Let's get into this Queensland side. Not many changes for them either. Callum Ponga is at fullback. Selwyn Cobbo and Murray Taulagi on the wings. Valentine Holmes and Dane Gagai retains his spot there in the centres. Cam Munster, Daly Cherry Evans. In the front row, you've got Lindsay Collins and Josh Papali'i. At 9 is Ben Hunt. In the back row, Kurt Capewell, Jeremiah Nenai will make his starting debut. Tino Fasul Malawi at lock. On the bench is Harry Grant, Jai Arrow, Patrick Carrigan and Tom Gilbert. The extended bench is Thomas Flegler, Tom Dearden, Beau Fermor, Hemiso Tabuai-Fidow and Sam Walker. Let's start with Dane Gagai. They've stuck tough with him. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, look, I like it as a New South Wales fan. If I was a Queensland fan, I wouldn't really like it. Missing 17 tackles in those first 2 games is kind of a red flag for me. I'd definitely try and blood someone new. I think he's had a great Origin career, and I don't know if he has a shocker in Game 3. Like I think his Origin career is over. But I mean, yeah, let him see it out, I guess.
I think they're rolling the dice a bit here, and they're really leaning on the fact that he has had a really good Origin career.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a roll of the dice. His form has been way down. You never know if Billy challenges him this week and says, like, you've got to show me something, otherwise this is it. Yeah, we might see a good version of Dane Gagai there. A lot of people saying Corey Oates was snubbed. I don't think he's better than Murray Taulagi or Selwyn Cobbo, to be honest. And the problem for me with Corey Oates is his bad game and good game is so far apart, and you can't afford to have his bad game in a decider. What do you think about Jeremiah Nanai making his way into the starting side there?
Yeah, I don't really mind it too much. I would like him better than Felice Kafusi, that's for sure. Do not like Felice Kafusi at all. So I like it in that sense. But he had a really bad missed tackle in Game 2 against Jerome Luai.
Yeah.
Like, his defense is the only question mark about him. But
it's very interesting to start on an edge too, in Origin.
Yeah.
Felice Kafusi, for people that don't know, is out of this game due to family issues, and he's over in America at the moment. So for anyone that did know that, Tom Gilbert, that's a good one on the bench.
Yeah,
I really like that move for Queensland.
I think he's got the Origin X factor about him. He's tough. He's a workhorse, and he's just got that. He's just got that thing about him that he'd go well in Origin. I like that.
Yeah, I really agree. I agree, and I think he can play in the middle and on the edge pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought they might have bring in Bo Fermor for this decider. I thought they might have started Fermor and left Nano on the bench, but Fermor couldn't get a run there. Also, Thomas Flegler in the 18, and there is question marks over Munster and Kalen Ponga. Now, Kalen Ponga has passed the concussion protocols from Newcastle, so it appears that there's a formality. He's got to pass it again for the Queensland side, but that would be a formality if he's already passed it.
Yep.
As for Cam Munster, shoulder injury kept him out this week. You can see they've named some cover there. I think you've got Tom Dearden and Sam Walker, and I think Billy's got Sam Walker into the camp so he can have a look at both of them and see which way he wants to go if Munster's out. I think Munster will play, but where would you be going? I'd probably lean towards Dearden.
I'd be lean towards Dearden 100%. I just think
you know what you're going to get from Dearden more than Sam Walker.
Yeah. Sam Walker could have an off game, and I think defensively he's a bit of a liability. As Tommy did, and he's solid in defense, and he's good with those effort plays. Yeah,
and that's what Origin is, effort. I think you could get a better game out of Sam Walker, but you could also get a worse game.
Yeah.
So I think you play the percentages there. Let's talk about, because refereeing is obviously a big part of Origin. Queensland fans complained about the refereeing in Game 2. New South Wales fans complained about the refereeing in Game 1. Everyone will complain about the refereeing in Game 3. That is bound to happen. Let's talk about some of the decisions this week, because I think this week, more than other weeks, it was really bad. Okay. Some of the stuff we saw, and it's a bad precursor for Origin. That Sam Verrill's dangerous throw is one of the softest penalties I think I've seen in the last 5 years.
That was a stitch up. So the attacker just runs at him and he falls backwards.
Yeah.
He didn't throw him, he just fell backwards. How can that be a dangerous throw? I thought that was unbelievable.
I think he tried to tackle him the best way he knew how. Like, he literally hit him, around the knees, around the shins?
Yeah.
Hit him that low. That's how you want to teach people how to tackle.
Yeah, and then the referee said that... Oh, no, that was another one. Never mind.
No, the referee said he got in a dangerous position on the ground.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that happens. Like, how many times you see people's heads go into the ground from any tackle? Never gets a penalty. It wasn't a dangerous throw. It was an overreaction. It was ridiculous. I hated every second of it. You just can't be calling that a penalty, and he got that wrong, Jared Sutton. And I don't even blame the referees. I blame the NRL. The NRL do these things to the referees and just make him overthink things. Yep. He's a 300-game referee. He knows what he's doing. If that's a penalty in Origin with 3 million people watching, people will turn off and won't watch the game anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's what will happen. The second one, the push, ridiculous.
That was unbelievable. Now this was the one that the referee said he put him in like a
A dangerous position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the exact same thing if a winger's going for a try in the corner.
Yeah.
And then you try and push them out. Is when they don't score, is that a penalty try? Is that a what do you call it? A professional foul?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
100%.
No, it's
ridiculous. And the referee Ben Cummins said you have to make a tackle. That was his reasoning. You have to attempt to wrap your arms around, and you have to attempt to make a tackle. Where in the rule book does it say you have to do that? It's only if you're doing a shoulder charge, right? That's why that's in. So if you're doing a shoulder charge, don't wrap the arms, then you're not trying to make a tackle. That's a penalty.
Yeah.
You don't have to wrap your arms for any other tackle. A guy can run it, you can push him into the ground, and that's a tackle. Of course you can push him.
Mate, I remember in high school, I got in trouble for pushing in a touch football game.
Yeah. And now it's in the NRL.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I don't think it really played a part in the score or anything like that. But like a penalty for pushing. Come on.
I'm glad you bring that up. Whenever I talk about these decisions, I could give a shit who wins, what team it comes against, what team it's for. Don't care. That's not my motivation at all. Anytime I post anything about a decision, someone will say, "Oh, well, they done this to us." I don't care. I could give a shit.
Yeah.
I would hate it anyway. I said for that Roosters one because everyone was saying, "Oh," even people that were backing me were saying, "Oh yeah, the Panthers always get the call." Nah, don't care. Don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't care about the Panthers. It's only because I don't like the call. That's why I posted it. I hate the call.
Yeah.
Nothing around it affects my reasoning at all.
Yeah.
And I do think the Roosters were dudded with a couple of calls, but for 99% of the time, I think the better team wins games.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. And the Eels were terrible the other night. The
Oh
Rabbitohs
my God.
Controlled every single bit of that game.
The amount of errors. I watched this game for literally 20 minutes. I had to turn it off, obviously. It was just drop ball after drop ball, and then the softest tries. And like that try, who scored it? I think it was Jai Arrow. Like off the kick from Cody Walker that went nowhere, and then Latrell picks up. Yeah, and then, oh man, I was not. After that, that's done.
I thought the Rabbitohs were really classy in the second half. We'll get to that game anyway. The last call, the Raiders call, the one in the Dragons game, I'm staunchly against the 6 again. I have been forever. I said it's going to cost the team a game or a chance to at least tie the game, and it did. It finally did. There's no way. Firstly, Ben Hunt wasn't square at marker after it anyway. 100%. There's no way anyone should be able to lay on the play of the ball for that long without any repercussions.
With 10 seconds or 5 seconds of the game left to go, like the tackle's complete, and then Ben Hunt just goes and runs and jumps on top of him to slow it down. Yeah. And then to top it off, he's not square at marker to tackle the dummy half.
But isn't him going and jumping on him not 6 again? That's a professional foul, isn't it?
Should be, yeah. With that amount of time to go when they're down by 2 points. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was Ben Hunt, but I'm pretty sure the same thing happened in Origin 1 at the end of the game.
Probably was Ben Hunt.
I know that it was the same thing happened at the end of the game. I don't know if it was Ben Hunt. But they're just playing to the rules. Like, Ben Hunt's just playing to the rules. That is the rule. And he knows all that's going to happen is they're just going to go 6 again. That doesn't hurt them at all. So, go jump on the ball. I've said it before. I'll say it again. People don't want to scrap the 6 again for some reason. I would rather it be scrapped. But if you want to keep it, give the attacking team the option for a penalty or 6 again.
Yeah.
100%.
Or maybe it's like, because they do the 6 again from outside the 40.
Yeah. Maybe
you just have the middle part of the field. So from 30 metres to 30 metres, that's 6 again. But in the 30 metre zones, that's a penalty.
Yeah. So always inside the 30s.
Always inside the 30 metre, it will be a penalty. On either side, but outside of that zone, it will be a 6 again.
Yeah, well, I think something needs to change. I don't mind that, but either scrap it or change it because the Raiders should have had a shot at goal and sent it to Golden Point.
100%.
Other than that, I thought the Dragons were pretty good too. I thought they controlled the game as well.
Yeah, I thought Ben Hunt, apart from that last little bit, I thought he was good.
Okay, I want to do a segment and we'll look back at it at the end of the year and see who got the closest here.
Okay.
I want to say safe or gone. You remember the old Freddie Fatty gone? Gone.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
yeah. You got to do that. All right.
Why am I always doing this?
No, I'll do it as well.
All right.
I'll do it as well.
All right.
I'll pose you the question. You tell me, and then I'll tell you. Okay. All right. Panthers, Storm, Cowboys.
Yeah, they're safe.
They're safe. Sharkies.
They're safe.
I'm agreeing they're safe. Let's go Dragons.
They're gone. Oh, gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Roosters.
Oh man, I think that they're gone.
I reckon they'll make it. Raiders.
Gone.
Eels.
Oh fuck. I don't know. I want to say safe. My heart's telling me say safe. I'll say safe.
I'm going to say safe. Broncos.
They're safe.
Safe. Knights. Gone.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah, let's look. Warriors, Bulldogs, Tigers, Titans. Gone.
Yeah, gone.
And then we got Rabbitohs left, I think.
What have I said? I think they might be safe then, will they?
Yeah, I think they're safe. I'm saying safe. I done a little ladder prediction just before we went on air.
Yep.
And I come up with the Panthers, Storm, Cowboys, Sharks, Eels, Broncos, Rabbitohs, Roosters.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to that last game for the Roosters and the Dragons. Dragons just miss out on for and against for mine.
Ooh.
Unlucky. Eels, Sharks could swap based on for and against too. I didn't really worry too much about the scores, so they could swap as well. They both finished on 34 points for mine.
Wow, so what is that? They win the rest of the games, do they? All but one or something?
Yeah, I got the Eels having a big back end of year.
Oh, I hope so.
I just think it's something's got to click for them. Let's get into these games.
Alrighty, the first game we got the Manly defeat the Storm 36-30, down at 4 points. Yeah, who saw this coming?
Oh, if you ask people on my TikTok, they all saw it coming.
What?
After the fact.
Yeah,
they like to do that. It's like, yeah. Well, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then when the Storm almost come back and beat them, it's like, oh yeah, well we knew it would be close. So.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
no, but Manly, no one could have guessed Manly would be up 36-12.
100%. 100%. No way. Oh, well, with was it half an hour to go? I think it was like 10 minutes.
Maybe. Yeah.
10 minutes to go. 36-12. Yeah, and you were thinking, oh, well, done and dusted. But then,
actually 6 minutes to go.
Well, there you go.
6 minutes to go. Yeah.
And then was it 4 tries in as many minutes?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was quick.
It's been a bit like that. There's been a few games that's happened in the last few weeks, like the Cowboys.
Manly twice.
Yeah, Manly. It happened to the Cowboys against the Broncos just before, and then this game as well.
I was thinking during this game, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, but the Storm have a lot of people out and whatnot." The Storm slapped them a month ago without Harry Grant and Ryan Papenhuyzen. So I just think Melbourne were off that night, and I reckon Kieran Foran played really well, actually. I think he's playing a lot more direct than what we've seen. You remember when he first came into the NRL and he was all direct? Like, it was all go forward first and then play. I think he's playing a lot more direct again, and it's really freeing up his outside backs. And I think they're playing really well on the back of that.
Yeah.
Kawatu he's one of those players that can score off nothing.
Yeah. He's strong. He's a strong runner of the footy.
So strong. But other than that, are you worried about Manly back end of games? Because they've given up what they give up here, 24 points. I think they gave up 20-something points. No, 24 maybe against the Cowboys.
It was, I don't know. I think it was only 18.
Well, 18 points in the last 3. It was 3 minutes against the Cowboys.
And it was, 5 minutes against the thingy. So I wouldn't be so worried about it. I think that's just more of like an attitude thing, and that would be pretty easy to fix. But yeah, I'm not worried about the back end of games, not at all.
Well, it's a good win for them. I thought seeing Jake Trbojevic come off and then blow up after they got scored on, even though the game was done, that was really good. That's leadership for mine.
Yep.
He wouldn't have liked that. And I think he's had a really good month since he got dropped from game 1. So good on him. Great win for Manly.
100%. On to the next. Pardon me. We got the Knights defeating the Titans 38 to 12. Yeah. This was
I didn't know what was going to happen here.
No, this was like one of those ones that could have gone either way, but all the tries by the Knights scored by the two wingers. Dominic Young, sorry,
Yeah.
and Edric Lee. Young.
8 tries between them. The Titans are trash. Absolute trash. Knights aren't that much better, but it's a decent win for them.
Yeah, no, good win for them. Yeah, the Titans are bad, man.
I got the Titans finishing last, by the way.
Oh, do you?
Yes, on my ladder predictor, they finish outright last.
Yeah, well, they're outright last now. Who would have seen that coming?
How many points are they on?
Oh, they're on 6.
So I've got them getting 2 wins for us a year. Unless they've got the bye this week, then I've only got them getting 1.
They do got the bye.
Yeah, so they get 1 win. The rest of the year.
Yeah, no, they looked woeful. They did not look good at all. There was nothing going for them. I don't know.
I thought we were going to see the same old Titans when they scored just after half time, and I think the Knights were up 22-0, and AJ Brimson broke the line out of nowhere. There's still half an hour to go, and I thought maybe a 24-22 was on the cards or something, but they just fell away. Holbrook's in a whole lot of hurt. He can't be long for this world, you wouldn't think.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of errors from the Titans, and
hard to find any positives for them, mate.
Exactly. There's from going from like, pardon me, they made the 8 last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they finished 8.
Yeah,
and we're 1 pass away from going to second week of the finals last year,
beating the Roosters. That's right.
Yeah,
mate, they've just fallen apart. Don't know what's going on with them, and it's pretty much the same team as last year.
Yeah, and to get 38 points scored on you without Kalen Ponga playing on the other side, that's pretty nuts.
Like, the Knights aren't like a good team.
It must be frustrating being a Knights fan because some of those tries look really silky too, and they've just looked so clunky all year.
Yeah, well, I guess Anthony Milford's come in. He's looked pretty good, actually, Milford. But, we'll see.
Well, he's only there for another couple of months. I think he's going to the Dolphins.
Is he going to the Dolphins?
I'm pretty sure.
All
All right, on to the next game. The Panthers defeat the Roosters 26-18. This was a cracker. This is a great game.
No, this was a really good game.
I thought the Roosters had them.
They almost did. Yeah. Almost. But, yeah. I guess Panthers, what is that now? What are they, 15-1?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Or maybe 14-1.
No,
they had a bye.
No, 15-1, 15 wins. 1 loss, no buys.
You just can't. You gotta play every second of every game to beat the Panthers.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a couple of moments, and the ref kind of hurt him a couple of times, but I don't know. I thought Api Coruscant was really good in this one.
Yeah, he's always good. Good
no
old
Luke
Api.
Keary either for the Roosters, so that's a good game from them.
Yeah. So what is it? He's from Head Knocks, isn't it? He's out from Head Knocks.
Yeah.
Well, there was talks about him retiring due to Head Knocks, but Trent Robinson apparently shut those down and said he won't be retiring.
Well, man, he has missed some time due to concussions in the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, it's a similar story to what's his name, Boyd Cordner, and then his retirement came out of nowhere. Could you possibly see Kira retiring?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've got to make their own decisions, and they don't have people looking after them. The Roosters probably deal with concussions better than anyone in the comp. They sit players and let them rest and really recover. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But good win for the Panthers. Good signs for the Roosters. That's why pretty much the rest of my ladder prediction was based on that. Just thinking they'll bounce into the end of the year. They probably really needed that. I think they're 2 of their last 6 or something, the Roosters. So that's pretty rough.
Well, they've lost 3 in a row. 4 in a row. They've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tough. They've had a tough run, though.
Oh, very tough. And then they got the bye, and then who they got after the bye? They got the Dragons.
Yeah, that's a big game for both clubs. Bulldogs, Sharkies. I thought the Sharks would win this one. I didn't get to watch it because I was at work. Did you catch any of this game?
I caught the first half, and I think it was pretty close in the first half. Yeah, 6 all at half time. But yeah, just in those wet weather conditions, hard to kind of throw the footy around, I guess.
It looked like an absolute whitewash.
It was pouring down. There's just puddles everywhere.
Yeah, that was the same with the later game, that Eels Rabbitohs game. It just looked like a nightmare.
Oh, mate. I couldn't tell you. I didn't watch it.
Some good signs for the Bulldogs, though. Like, the Sharks are nothing to be laughed at. Like, I've got them finishing top 4.
Yeah.
They only go down by 12 points. Obviously going in the right direction. Matty Burton, I saw some people saying he didn't really kill it at 6. Could you see a swap for Matty Burton to another position at club level for the Dogs? Maybe to fullback.
So what, you think Averillo into 6 and maybe Burton to fullback? I think they're virtually the same spot.
Maybe you bring a half in, though.
What, for next year or?
Yeah, next year. Because he's only got another year, really. He's not taking that player option at the moment.
Yeah, no. Look, I'll keep him at 6 for now. But, I mean, you never know. You could trial him at fullback in the trials or something. I'll see how that goes. But for now, I'd keep him at 6.
This is all trials for next year anyway. They're not doing anything this year. They're not making the 8.
No.
What are they on? They're on 8 points with 9 rounds left. So they're not making the 8.
Yeah, there's no way.
No. So this is all... They've got to be starting to gear up for next year because that's when the troops are coming. Like, they got Reid Marnie coming. They got Kikau coming. They got players that can actually play the game.
Yeah.
So they've got to be ready for when that and hit the ground running. So you want to have your best possible outfit in the best positions ready to go for that. So I think they start looking at what needs to change now. They're doing pretty well. Just keep on keeping on.
Keep on building.
Well, they'll have a real side next year. Reid Marnie is no joke.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Play the game.
Yeah.
That's a huge loss.
Oh, don't even remind me, please.
All right, the next round, the Cowboys absolutely bash the Broncos into the ground, into the dirt.
Yeah, that was actually a good game. Good game to watch. It was competitive at the beginning, and then Cowboys kind of broke away, and then the Broncos kind of had a little fight back in them, but just not enough.
Yeah. I thought it was a great game. I thought it was... They always play in... I don't know. It sounds corny. They always play the game in like a spirit. I don't know what it is about that game, but it was end-to-end, fast, good footy to watch. The Broncos, I think, made just a couple of key errors early, especially with Adam Reynolds' kicking game. They kicked dead a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
He just missed the mark a couple of times when the game was kind of in the balance.
Kickoff.
The kickoffs. And then the Cowboys did that later, but the game, I thought, was sewn up.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things like that in a really competitive game where the Cowboys are really flying high. Gave them too much field position, and then we've got too much points in us. Too much points in us at the moment.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, I was listening to the radio on my way home from work yesterday, and they had Chad Townsend on, and he was talking about what's been different or like the feel around the team, and he's saying like they're really working on like the defensive side of things. Yeah. And they're all kind of buying into what they've been doing this year, which is good to hear. And Chad Townsend's been one of the Cowboys' best.
Yeah, I thought he didn't have an outstanding game against the Broncos, but he's definitely had a great year for him.
Yeah, for sure.
They're one of two teams that have conceded under 250 points. Like they're playing different kind of footy. Them and the Panthers are defending really well. Even the Storm have conceded over 250 points. So. That's good. Yeah. That's good stuff for them.
Yeah, 100%. Good game. Good win for the Cowboys. Yeah, 100%. And the Broncos, like they're not doing too badly this year either. They're in the top 8. What are they? 5th? 4th?
Yeah, they were 4th, and now they're 5th.
Yeah, well, there you go. That makes it even better.
Great win for the Cowboys, considering like the Broncos lose, the Eels lose, and the Storm lose. So, like, good to pick up 2 points going into the bye around, and when all those teams lose as well.
Yeah. For sure.
Especially the Eels. Let's get into that game. Because I thought it's as classy as I've seen South Sydney play this year. Especially in the second half. The second half, I kept thinking, okay, the Eels have got to come at some point. They've got to come. They never did. I I thought they controlled the first 20 minutes, especially of the second half. They controlled really well. And they got a couple of rewards on the back of that at the end of the game. So, what did you think of your first 20 minutes or whatever you watched of this?
I thought it was shit. Could not hold the ball to save our lives. It's unbelievable. The amount of errors and then missed tackles. I could not watch it anymore. I had to turn off. But I said this, I think it was a couple of weeks ago when the Bulldogs beat Para. I told you this. Every single team plays their best footy against Para.
Yeah.
Like last week, the Bunnies lost to the bloody Dragons. And they looked so
smashed.
bad. They looked so bad. And then this.
Yeah, this is one of the best games I've seen of South this year. Easy. Yeah, but probably the best game I've seen from South. Their centres, they've got quality centres, man. That Isaiah Tass and that Tass and Campbell Graham, they can play. Like they both were really good in defence, and Tass comes up with some great plays in attack as well. So I think they're really handy. They got to find something, Para, when the chips are down, when things aren't going their way. Like they've got so much flair in their team, but they seem like they just want to stick to their process. Like even when they were down by like 20 points or something, 18 points, and they just kept, let's try and complete and kick. Let's complete and kick and get it down their end. Well, you're down by 18 points. That's not working. South are not going to drop the ball. Then they're not completing.
Yeah.
They're playing really well. You've got to find something. Like Moses got to get in and little out in or something other than just a hit up, kick.
Yeah, well, it'll be hard in those conditions, really, just throwing the ball around, I guess. So maybe that kind of played a factor in the fact that they were just kind of trying to complete.
Well, it wasn't working for them. It looked just terrible. Looked terrible on TV. And also, the ground looked terrible because there was no one there. Obviously, because it's pissing down. There was no one there, and they had half the lights on. It was really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yep. Did you watch this homecoming game for the Warriors, 22-2?
I thought it was at 4 o'clock. I thought it was 4 o'clock kickoff.
So you missed it.
I missed it, and then I only heard about it because I turned on Triple M to listen to it on the way home from work, and they were like, "Oh, for the second game, we got kickoff for the second game." In the first game, the Warriors beat the bloody Tigers 22-2. And I was like, "Oh, you're kidding."
Yeah, I didn't get to watch this. I had to pick up a Sunday shift to pay for that Perth trip, so I ended up doing 12 hours on Sunday. So I did not watch this either. I saw the ground; it looked really good. I'm really happy for the Warriors fans, and good to see them get a win. 22-2.
Yeah, 100%. Why couldn't the Eels play this Tigers team?
No. They had to play the good Tigers team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, but good. It was a good homecoming for the Warriors. Good on them for winning 22-2.
Yeah, 26,000 there, so that's good. And they've decided to play the All-Stars game there next year.
The Indigenous versus Maori?
The Maori, yeah. They're going to play that in New Zealand as well. And I think they should play the Women's State of Origin over there as well.
I don't think that would make much sense.
Just why not? They played a State of Origin in LA.
What, the men?
Yeah.
When?
Right back in the day, mate.
Oh, all right. They can do. They can do it if they like.
They can play it anyway. They could play it on the moon if they want.
Yeah. Imagine Matty Burton's bombs on the moon.
Yeah, no. He can fucking bomb a ball. Yeah, 1987, they played Long Beach, California.
Damn. Did they get a big crowd? How big was the crowd?
You put me on the spot here.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know. 33,000.
That's not too bad. You'll cop that.
That was game one. Sorry. That was not the one.
Oh, wow.
Long Beach, 12,000.
Oh, okay. That is pretty bad.
That is
bad.
It was just an exhibition. New South Wales won 30-18.
Oh, of course we did. We always
Great win. You are undefeated at Long Beach, by the way.
Yeah, we're undefeated outside of Australia.
Yeah. Let's get one in New Zealand. Let's see.
All right.
It'll be a big Queensland crowd, I think. Did you think you'd be talking about 1987 State of Origin Long Beach today?
No, honestly, I didn't.
All right, on to the last game and a little bit of controversial ending for this one. This was an absolute monsoonal affair. The kickoffs were almost going backwards. It was nuts to see on TV. the people that went out there, yous are crazy. I can't believe people stayed there the whole time. There's 7,000, they reckon.
Yeah, no, I would not be caught dead, especially at a Dragons game, but in that weather.
Can you believe there was people on the hill?
Yeah, so I was watching it on telly.
Listening to Phil Gould, he has massive raps on that Moses Sully. Loves him.
Oh, yeah?
Loves him. He was rapping him constantly. Especially before he scored that try, he was talking about him, and then he went over and he said, I told you, he's the one that could break this game open. I
don't think he broke it open, did he?
No, I don't think so.
No, he didn't. Like, I don't know. I'll tell you who's the worst commentator I've ever heard. It is Steve Blocker-Roach. He is 100% the worst commentator. He repeats everything he says. He has to say it at least twice. And then, I don't remember which game it was in. It was like the dropout for, I think it was the Broncos, maybe? When they said it.
No, he didn't do the Broncos game. Thank God, because I was there.
It was like I think it might have been the Sharks Bulldogs game. So when the Sharks did a dropout and it went towards the sideline and it hit the line, but the ref said that it had bounced before the line. Blocker-Roach makes this huge fuss. He's like, that's on the line. That's out on the full. That means it's a penalty. Oh, my goodness. And
he's an idiot.
Yeah, he carried on for that for about a minute. Like, come on, mate. We all know the bloody rules. Like, if it's on the line, it's out the full.
Yeah. He's an idiot. And Speedy's an idiot as well. The Raiders, it seems like the same old story. They beat a couple of good sides and then they go and lose to the Dragons. Dragons, I think, are very hard to beat at home. They've picked up a couple of key wins this year. That Anzac Day win was really big for them. Then they got South last week, even though South were terrible. Couple of key wins, and I've got them finishing equal with the Roosters, but they just got a bad for and against for mine.
Yeah. Well, I think the Raiders were hard done by in this one. It should have been a penalty at the very end there, but too late now. I don't know if...
We agree on that. We agree it should have been a penalty, but you get 80 minutes to win a game.
Yeah.
Like, they were robbed an opportunity to level the game, but I can't say that they were robbed of the win, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you, but I just think that was a really bad call. But nevertheless,
I think the game that the Dragons fans will look back on as the one that got away and the one that cost them a spot in the finals. That magic round Titans game where they lost, I think it was in Golden Point. That's a very winnable game for them.
In round 10.
Yeah, round 10.
What happened at the end there? Was it at the end or was it just?
Yeah, it was at the end. I think Sarko scores off a scrum.
Oh, yep. No, that hurts.
Yeah, and they should have won that game. A couple of bad errors late in the game from them. So that'll be interesting. That's all I got for you today, mate.
Yeah, mate. Well, that's all I've got time for.
I can't give you any more.
That's all I got. Kind of the what do you call it? Time for.
All right. Thanks for that, mate. We'll be back soon.